Step 21. Who am I? The royal path to realize the self. This is Rajasa Guna part 3. Especially out of this greed or jealousy, envy, it holds this guna contains in its womb to lust, the lust for apprehending others' possessions, others' talents, steal, mimic, follow, and then topple all wicked intentions happen just out of comparing with itself and the other which is there in the world. This constant propulsion to become something, to acquire something, to be someone, to specialize, to stand unique, to reach a place where none can reach. All these ideations, ferocious motivations, especially in stealing the talents or the traits or the possessions, ill-conceived things continuously happen for a person who is under the influence of Rajasa Guna. And because of this, he is always stationed extroverted. He is always relying on the senses, physical body, runs helter-skelter in this world to be someone, to get something, and to prove, and to stand apart, unique in this waking state drama. Thereby, the karmic reactions are getting mounted up in an instant. You just cannot escape reacting to them. He is always torn by the devil and deep sea. This is the kind of guna, ferocious, oscillating, full of action, greed, energy, and lot of motives. His physical body, his physical senses, and his thinking capacity, the intellectual traits of concluding, confirming, certainty, seeking security, all these things make him to seek everything in this external world. Thereby, moment to moment, he makes more and more of karmic reactions. It never leaves him. It's a very sad part of story with regard to the Rajasa Guna. And if he attains success in them, the growth will be phenomenal. Or if he fails, he will again withdraw himself to go forward with more velocity, more speed, and to again prove. A kind of reactionary state of existence with regard to the environment around him, with regard to the people who are around him, because always this comparison mode and competition mode happen in him. This is the kind of the trait or the quality of the Rajasa Guna. It will keep itself restless, and whosoever is his companion or the family or the society at large also is under the influence of his traits. Unfortunately, if he is the leader, then the followers are certain to get doomed. It is such a kind of a trait is the Rajasa Guna. And always some manipulation, correction, modification, seeking betterment, as if he is always taking everyone forward, and it will never realize out of the faults, the mistakes it commits. It only sees the next moment. The complex of the mentality in a Rajasic Guna dominating person will be such that he will not listen to his own inner voice. He will suppress it. He will see that it never arises its could or give advice to him, show him the right path. Because whatever he thinks, whatever he feels, is the ultimate thing for everyone. That is the kind of predominance, dominating character he will be showing towards everyone in the society. And this person always is very emotional, sensational, and even a fundamentalist. Fanatical. When this dominates, he will put everyone under constant stress and strain. This is the kind of Rajasa Guna. This is the proportion of three gunas that happen, that drive an individual to lead his waking state life. And especially this guna, Rajasa Guna, when it dominates, there can't be any trace of sattva, only full of action, energy, greed, passion, a craving, a clinging, gratification. And these are all happening for whom? Actually, the ego itself is oriented like this. The intellectual trait and the psychological mental thinking pattern are all supportive, working in tandem with the ego. Under ego's control only, the birth is taking place, the birth of a vasana, the birth of a past deed unfolding as an individual's orientation take place as his birth. That's why towards realizing the self, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi has simply said, first of all, look into the existence of the mind a separate faculty in you that's nothing but a cluster of thoughts. Do they exist? These thoughts, do they have any factual existence in you? If you look to the thinker of a thought within you as it arises, you won't find anyone at all. And where is the question of thought influencing you? The primal thought is nothing but the feeling attached to the body, the I amness. The I, the ego is the primal thought. The primal bhava or the climate of any thinker or feeler or experiencer. He has the basal climate while that activity is taking place in him, that as if he is that person. That is what is ego. Its functionalities take place in the form of intellection and mental formations, that is by means of thoughts. But whereas the climate is set by ego, that ego, his path is so swift, so immediate. From the point of view of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, especially the Who Am I inquiry, is swift in identifying for who is this passion, for who is this greed, for who is this craving. And it takes hold of the climate which is thrusted upon that individual and actions take place. It catches hold of in the neck and see, does such a person really exist in one? This is what is Who Am I inquiry. This alone, only through this, we just cannot get removed of these qualities, these gunas on our own accord at all. This is what is said by Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita also. In the chapter Jnana Vijnana Yoga, he categorically declares Bhagavan Krishna, only those who have taken refuge in me could transcend these three gunas of Maic nature, the nature of illusory creation that is happening in the cosmos as well as in an individual through these three gunas. This is given in a sloka. Daivi hi esha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prabhatyante mayam etam tarantite. This is a divine veil. The transcending these three gunas cannot be done by you. It's beyond you because you are a structure created out of this movement of three gunas. And the whole cosmos also is there. Is also constructed by the three gunas. So you just can't do anything at all. You will have to take asylum in me. You will have to take refuge under me. Then you are automatically teleported. You are lifted above these three gunas. This is how Bhagavan, Lord Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita also. With this, we will end this Rajasa Guna part 3. And next, we will go to the Tamasa Guna.